What's up, folks? Permanent Patriot here, back with some more goodness. I'm going to finish where I left off yesterday and try to keep my composure here. So, let's just get this out of the way real quick. I was telling people yesterday to look up politician, and apparently people were getting the wrong impression or the wrong idea because they weren't looking where they were supposed to. They're only reading the first half. Person active in party politics. Ugh. A seeker or holder of public office who's more concerned about winning favor or retaining power than about maintaining principles. I mean, you would think the third one would be the second one, person who holds political office. Let me give you the actual second half, which I have in my college fucking notebook here. One of the very first things that my professor taught us. Okay, politician. Person that is manipulative and devious, typically to gain advancement within an organization. And let's move on from that. Again, there's the first part, vocabulary.com. There's the first part, a person active in party politics. And I keep telling people, read the fucking second part. A schemer who tries to gain advantage in an organization in sly or underhanded ways. Back to the college notebook. A person that's manipulative and devious, typically to gain advancement within an organization. Okay? Moving on from there. You want to talk about some politicians? How about your bureaucrat? Look at here. Politician. How about a demagogue? Politician. How about a senator? Politician. How about a sycophant? Politician. Sycophants. Politician. Okay? Are you fucking catching on here? So I just wanted to get that out of the way. Anyhow, coming back to where I started yesterday, we're over here on allgov.com. Yet another page that was introduced to me by my professor, who obviously knows what the fuck he's talking about. I want you folks, well, if you're not involved in any of this stuff, the first thing you might want to do is meet your government. Okay, and there's, to show you all your departments and everything. Now, look at this. They got agency officials, then they got U.S. ambassadors, then they got foreign ambassadors. They got former agency officials and former ambassadors and former foreign ambassadors. Then you got all official assholes. Okay? And from there on, we go to departments and agencies. Here's all your departments in the United States government. Like our founding father said, keep government small. This really pisses me off because there's an awful lot of you out there that don't know anything about this. Out of all of these departments, let's just hit this one up, for example. Department of Education. Now, these are all different agencies. Federal Student Aid, Institute of Education Sciences, Office of Career, Technical and Adult Education, Office of Elementary and Secondary Education, Office of English Language, Office of Indian Education. Okay. These are all run by the Department of Education. Now, if I remember correctly, let me just go and check this one out real quick. Department of Defense. And let's run through some of these. Defense Media Activity. There's one. Defense Security Cooperation Agency. There's another. Keep these in mind as I'm mentioning them. Office of Economic Adjustment. There's three. Western Hemisphere Institute for Security Cooperation, i.e., schools. Why is the Defense Department involved in any of those that have to do with education? I'm still trying to figure that one out. But, I mean, like I said, this is how they confuse the fuck out of you. Keep government small, huh? Yeah, so let's go down here to the independent agencies. And I mean, just look at some of the names of these things. Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve. Independent agency. The banks. Hello. The Broadcasting Board of Governors. Of course, the CIA. Oh, Commodity Futures Trading Commission. Independent. Consumer Product Safety Commission. Independent. Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Independent. Election Assistance Commission. Independent. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. Independent. Export-Import Bank of the United States. Independent. Federal Communications Commission. Independent. Folks, if you don't know by now, independent means they're their own fucking government. They got nothing to do with the federal government. So why the fuck are they on the federal government's website then? Why are they paid by the federal government? The FCC is paid by the fucking federal government? The election board is paid by the government? The banks are paid by the government? Are you fucking catching on here? Federal Election Commission, paid for by the government. Oh, your store gets robbed? Hey, I'm sorry. What are you gonna do about it? Let the fucking minion police handle it. The bank gets robbed. Oh, that's Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. We gotta let the government handle that one. You don't want to fuck with the government's money. It's okay if you're a mom and pop shop though and your fucking store gets robbed. Yeah, let the fucking minion cops handle it and it probably won't get solved or you won't get your money back. That's why when people rob banks, they don't tell you how much money they fucking got away with. Because that would encourage other people to fucking rob the bank. How about this one? Interagency Council on Homelessness. Independent. Anywho, let's check out some of the quasi ones. Smithsonian Institution. Quasi. Quasimodo. State Injustice Institute. That's what I call it. Injustice. United States Institute of Peace. Legal Services Corporation. This is really like way too big to even go through or anything. But if you look at some of these departments and go through the fucking people that actually run certain, you know, I mean, look at all the fucking. Okay, so the Department of Defense runs something, all these agencies, and all these agencies are run by all of these fucking people. Funny though, if you really do some fucking background checking and some research on here, you'll see a lot of these fucking people on these agencies are in other agencies. Specifically, the independent and quasi ones. I.e., Department of Education and Department of Defense. How the fuck the Department of Education ties in with the Department of Defense, I have no idea. But for some reason, there's some of the same fucking people running the agencies. Which should be a major, major red flag for everyone. I don't know if I should get into this right now, but I guess let's just get it done and over with. OpenSecrets.org. Folks, I'm sick and tired of people telling me that I'm a fucking moron because I don't vote. I don't vote because I don't want to be part of the problem. And people will say, well, if you don't vote, you're part of the problem because you're not voting for someone. Politician. A person that's manipulative and devious, typically to gain advancement within an organization. Any politician. It's the same fucking bullshit with every damn president. Haven't you fucking figured that out in the 230 fucking years we've been a country? You're part of the problem. Votes. If you don't vote, if people don't vote, election fraud becomes non-existent. You call their bullshit out. You're calling them out. They can't fucking do it. Hello, McFly. Come on. It don't take a fucking genius to figure this shit out. Take a look at the menu, okay? Come down to political parties. Oh, here's a good one too. Joint fundraising committees and personal finances. Okay? You want to see who finances the fucking parties? Let's see. Republican, Democrat, 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 Republican, Republican, Democrat. Hello? Are you really this fucking stupid? Republicans and Democrats funding the same fucking I mean, hello? You're not this fucking stupid. It's a fucking game for them. And when we're the fucking pawns. If you want, you can go by company. You want to see who some of the corrupt organizations are? You can do that as well. And this amount of money for campaign contributions is unfucking heard of. Yeah, here's another great one to figure out. Prostitute. Do you folks know what a prostitute is? Well, I'll tell you right now. Person or media entity that misleadingly tailors news to fit a particular partisan agenda. You want to fucking come back over here and see who runs the fucking media? You fucking asshats? You want to see who runs the fucking media? Go to YouTube and look up news networks say the same thing. I've done a video on it several times. You want to talk about fucking government media talking points? Just see how fucking crazy I am. And go and look that shit up on YouTube. You'll find dozens of videos. And it'll blow your fucking mind. And that's all the bullshit I can muster up right now before I get too upset. That's it for now. God bless and carry on.